Hey, good morning. Happy Tuesday, the 2nd of October. Figured I'd do a little quick, short video. I got a message from someone on one of my other posts about not having not being able to find a job, having an associate's degree in business. And I posed to this person that, it could be a number of factors. The reason why you're not able to find employment in this kind of a situation. Now, the economy is doing quite well. Jobs are getting created. This is not me siding with either side politically. This is just me stating the facts, is that, it's a higher situation and environment, and jobs are being created depending on the area of expertise or that you're looking at. And this person has an associate's in business, and I said that the associate's degree is now the high school diploma. There are so many people that are going to college and risking taking loans and things like that in qualifying for Pell Grants, going to college and working on going to college. And so the associate's degree is kind of like the new high school diploma, and the bachelor's degree is kind of like the new associate's degree. And especially in business, is that there are so many people out there that are applying for jobs, particularly in business, that have bachelor's degrees, and have the MBA is the most sought after master's degree in college. It's the MBA is like everybody has an MBA. If you meet a manager, they probably have an MBA. So applying for jobs as in business is going to be a very competitive field because there's a lot of applicants out there. And having just an associate's degree in business, it helps you, sure. But that's the bare minimum of expertise for a degree from college. Because you have a BA in business, then you have a master's degree in business, you have PhDs in business. So you have a lot of competition in a field where you just got the bare minimum 2-year degree in a field that gives you a focus, which is that of business. So it's that, and also it depends on the area that you live in and that you're applying for. So applying for a business in a small town might be it might be easier because it depends on who you know. But if you're applying for a job in, for example, Seattle would be very competitive, especially in business. And an associate's degree, it's going to be very competitive for that as well, because you're having to compete with people with master's and bachelor's degrees and PhDs. And it depends on who you know. So you have a very... now, the jobs are getting created, so it's very possible. You just have to stick with it, For me... I have been able to get where I have because of the reputation I'd be able to create for myself in the area that I have. And, I went to school for politics. And politics itself can work for you in a number of fields. But I actually went into it, like a lot of college kids go into college and they go, oh, looks like I'm really close to graduating a BA in political science, and maybe I'll just choose that as my major. And it's like, that wasn't it for me. For me, it was, my focus was politics. My focus was Middle Eastern politics and Arabic. And so that I also had a lot of experience in American politics as well, but that wasn't my focus. My focus was, I didn't just take a few political science classes and say, oh, I'm done. My focus was like quarter after quarter was 3 classes of political science. I just went after it hard, and so I've been able to gradually move up based upon reputation and my job performance. And so that's something you might also want to consider, is taking a job. When I first got out of college, I was making $17,000 a year salary, and so a lot of people would look at that and be like, I'm above that, so you might also have to swallow some pride and say, maybe I might have to get a lower level job, just get some experience, get some exposure, develop a name for myself, and just get some, because a year off is worse than a year doing a job where you're getting some experience and developing a name for yourself. So if it's an entry-level job, you might have to work a little bit and do something that you don't want to do for a while. But then, if through hard work and great work ethic and developing yourself, you can create a name for yourself and inevitably move up in the company. Some companies do provide opportunities for that. Now you might get a manager that looks at you and, an entry-level job, and you have your associate's degree, and they're going to think, well, you're only going to be here for a little while. You're going to move up, or you're going to look for other work. You're just doing this to kind of, just get through a couple of things and pay some bills. But if you're with the company, if you let them know, like, hey, this is not the dream job for me. This is not going to be the end-all be-all job. I want to move up in this company. Then, people will admire that. So having an associate's degree in business, depending on where you are, depending on how many people in that area have college degrees, honestly, where you live, it makes a huge difference. And so I'm kind of curious as to where this person lives and what the situation looks like. Because when I graduated college in 2009, when the economy was in the crapper, I applied for over 300 jobs, and I have all the resumes and applications, a list of all the jobs that I applied for in that time, and there were a lot that I didn't get. I didn't even hear back from a lot of them, so it's like, it happens. You just have to keep pushing forward with it, and sometimes you might have to swallow a little bit of pride and say, I'm above this job, and say, you know what, I'm not, because I'm hungry and I want to move up, and if this is something that I have to take in order to move up, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I had to do. And so an associate's degree in business is a great start, but I would suggest continuing to go to school, working a little bit higher, because in business you could take online classes for those. That's why they're so popular, is because everyone's doing them and doing them online. And online is a great resource and an opportunity for you to do it before work and after work, and move yourself up. So I would highly suggest doing that. And also creating a name, rubbing shoulders with the best people in those fields. If you get a job entry level at a place where you can see yourself being a manager or running a department, start hanging out with those people, spending time with them, talking to them, just socializing with them, drinking coffee with them, getting coffee for them, and just learn from them. I didn't see myself in human resources until I started rubbing shoulders with those people in human resources, and just kind of figuring out that I'm a policies and procedures guy. I'm black and white in a lot of things, and I have a heart too, but I follow the policies and the procedures, and just memorizing things and making yourself more of a valuable commodity than just another applicant. So that's where I find myself today. So have a great Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow.